Hello and a very warm welcome viewers. You're watching this special presentation of Sansad TV with your host Kriti. And joining us today is a very special guest, Honorable Speaker of Maharashtra Legislative Assembly, Mr. Rahul Narwekar. So welcome to Sansad TV and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So first of all, congratulations for your second term as Speaker of the Maharashtra Assembly. Tell us about the priorities in your second stint.
Well, at the outset, I must mention that it is a moment of pride, privilege and honor to lead the Assembly as the Speaker, and especially for the second consecutive term. After Honorable Asai Bharde, who was a legislator who was elected twice as the Speaker, I think I have got the fortune to get elected as the Speaker unopposed for the second consecutive term. I am indeed grateful to my colleagues in the State Assembly, to the Honorable Chief Minister, to the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister and to all the members of Maharashtra Legislative Assembly for giving me this opportunity. In the same breath, I would like to thank Sansad TV for recognizing this and giving me an opportunity to speak to your audience as well.
Well, pleasure is entirely ours, sir. And again, talking about your second term, how different is this term going to be from the first term, because the first term was quite eventful for you?
I was elected in the 14th Assembly as the Speaker in the year 2022, and of course that tenure was, I had a dual role to play, where I had to handle the proceedings in the House and at the same time I had to deal with my quasi-judicial duty of dispensing or disposing petitions for disqualifications which were the talk of the town or the country, and I have managed to play a very impartial role which was expected out of me, and I have managed to deliver a judgment and an order which is sustainable, which is within the ambit of the law and which is completely in consonance with the directives given by the Honorable Supreme Court. So I have spent a lot of my time as the Speaker in the last Assembly adjudicating these petitions and handling the proceedings of the House. With regards to this tenure, I am looking forward to delivering many of the pending issues in the state legislature. We've taken up a dream project, so to say, of digitalization in the Maharashtra Assembly legislature, where we are digitalizing the record right from 1937 to 2024 till date of all the proceedings of the House. That includes the speeches, the debates, the motions which have been passed in the House, the question hours, the legislations which have been passed, and all the record of the state legislature is in the process of being digitalized and will be available to the people at large in the state on the click of a button. So this shall be a big benefit to the bureaucracy, to the executive and to the common man in the state of Maharashtra. Other than that, we are also intending to, our intent is to ensure that we make Maharashtra legislature paperless in the next 1 year, where we are introducing new technological aspects in the House, where we will not need to rely on paper any longer and everything will be available online. Proceedings, the state legislature, or perhaps the legislature, was the only section which could not work online during the pandemic time, and that's when I thought that we must introduce technology and means whereby in a situation where it is not possible to physically meet, we should be in a position to conduct our proceedings online as well. So I am also working towards that. We are in the process of developing the infrastructure of the legislature, Vidhan Bhavan, where we are, our Vidhan Bhavan is almost 50 years old and requires quite a bit of infrastructural development, which I have undertaken. We are constructing 2 massive MLA complexes for the residents. So that is underway. So a lot of other activities other than dispensing my legislative duties is what I plan to undertake during the forthcoming tenure.
So I'd like to elicit your views on 2 specific concerns raised on various platforms, including the Presiding Officers Conference, First, of course, is about the orderly conduct of the House.
Well, I take pride while I mention that I've been told and I do know that Maharashtra Legislature is one of the most premium legislative bodies in the country, has a rich heritage, has a rich history, and I definitely aspire to uphold this honor that Maharashtra Legislature has received. In my maiden speech in the 15th Assembly, I have made it very clear that we are here as public representatives to represent the people, to express their desires. This is a platform, this is a house to express the expectations, desires of the common man. And disruptions and disturbance is deceit of the mandate which has been given. Therefore, I have urged all my colleagues in the State Assembly to ensure that there is no disruption in the House and their point is put forth in a dignified parliamentary manner, accepted under parliamentary norms. And as the Speaker of the House, I have assured them that although we have the numbers in the House today are, I would say, lopsided, with 237 members on the Treasury bench and just about 50 members on the opposition bench. But I have ensured that although, despite the numbers being on the opposition being low, the voice of the opposition will not be low, where I will give them equal opportunity to express their views and to express the concerns and to take complete account from the Treasury bench or perhaps from the executive, which is their primary duty. And my primary duty is to ensure that this process of taking an account from the executive is not perhaps prejudicially affected because of the numbers.
So the second biggest concern is about the gradual decline in the number of sittings of the legislatures.
Yes, this is a concern which was discussed in the All India Presiding Officers Conference as well. This is a concern which was voiced by various presiding officers. And unfortunately, Maharashtra has a good record of having large number of sittings throughout the year. We have the winter session that goes on for at least 3 weeks. We have the budget session which goes on for at least 4 weeks, and we have the monsoon session that goes on for about 5 weeks. So our sittings are not as less as the rest of the assemblies, but we still can improve with the numbers. I'm conscious about that, and I have been taking up this issue with the government as well. The constitutional does not mandate the number of sittings, although it says that we need to convene our house periodically as per the constitution. But I think it's a conscious decision of the executive, and we as presiding officers will prevail upon the executive to ensure that maximum number of sittings of the house are conducted, because at the end of the day, a common man's desires and expectations are represented by the representatives in the assembly, and if the assembly is not convened for a large number of days, there will be some kind of compromise on the expectations of the people at large.
So let's talk about your constituency. You're only the second MLA in the history of the political journey of Colaba constituency to be elected for the second time. Tell us about your priorities.
So I think I am one of the most fortunate legislators in the history of Maharashtra legislature. I represent a constituency called Colaba, which houses the Vidhan Bhavan. So the Vidhan Sabha is convened in my constituency itself, and I have been a 3-term legislator. I served as a member of the Legislative Council in my first term, followed with 2 terms in the State Assembly, and therefore in my very first term in the State Assembly, I was elected as the Speaker, and then consecutively elected as the Speaker in my second term in the 15th Vidhan Sabha. So I think I have managed to, and I was going to be the youngest Speaker in the history of the state and the country, and therefore I think I have been able to coin quite a few records, but I do not really give much weightage to records. I give weightage to the merit and the quality of work that can be done, whether you are a first term MLA or a 9-term MLA. I think it is the merit that you display in the house and beyond the house as a representative.
Sir, you've also been a legal doyen. Tell us about your legal life.
Well, I have been a trained lawyer and I have practiced law for almost 20 years in the High Court and Supreme Court of India. And I must admit that a legal background does give you an edge in conducting the proceedings and to understand and dispense your duties as the presiding officer, especially when you're perhaps dispensing your duty as a quasi-judicial authority while deciding disqualification petitions. And I think, yes, that did give me an edge and helped me in my the process of conducting these proceedings and application of the proper procedure to ensure, because we could understand the civil procedure code, more having practical experience. I think that did help me while dispensing these petitions.
And finally, sir, you're one of the youngest speakers in the history of Indian political journey. What is your message to the youth of the country?
Well, I think the perception of the youth with regards to politics is really changing. Yeah. India is the youngest country in the world with an average age population which I'm told is about 27 years. And to get the youth into mainstream politics is very essential, because like Mahatma Gandhi said, be the change you want to see. So if you want to see a better India, if you want to see a progressive India, if you want to see an India where you want your family and your children to live, aspire and grow, you need to be a part of that change. So please don't recluse yourself from public life and from politics. This is changing India, this is a changing country. We are progressing. Be a part of this change and don't shy away from it.
And finally, sir, your message to the people of Maharashtra.
India, under the able leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, today stands to be the 5th largest economy in the world. We are soon expected to be the 3rd largest economy in the world by 2027. And the day is not too far when I see India becoming the most powerful economy in the world. And while I say that, I can also see the standard of living in villages, in cities, through various developmental schemes, social security schemes like the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, the Ayushman Bharat scheme, and many such other schemes where social security is also being extended to the person in the last Antim Panti. And therefore, this is the sign of progress. This is the sign of taking everyone along. And if India continues this path, I don't see the day too far when we'll become the most powerful economy in the world.
So thank you so much for this candid conversation and all the very best for your second stint.
Thank you.
Namaskar, sir.
To watch more programs of Sansad TV, subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to like and share them.